Hey, hi all. Good morning. Uh, Thanks for joining the class. So I hope you were present in the previous class. We were talking about how to create our Salesforce free developer account, and I assume you all have created it.
Yes.
Good. Others, this is needed because we will be working on different assignments, or we will be playing around with the Salesforce on this free developer account. So others, have you created?
Yes.
Yes, I.
Oh, good, good.
Yes,
Thank you. Yeah. So we have already created the account, and so let me show how we are going to log into our account. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So login, go to login.salesforce.com, and you will have to give your login ID and password. So this is how you do the login. Hope you are able to see my screen.
no, sir.
No. Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So what I did is I just logged into login.salesforce.com. You need to give your user ID and password, which you created for you, and then this screen appears. Okay. So this is how we log in. And for Salesforce, we have two login interfaces. One of them is your classic interface, and the other one is lightning experience. So we have these two interfaces. One of them is classic, other one is lightning experience. So what is this classic? What is this lightning experience? I'm going to explain it in detail. Okay. So by default, once we log in, we would be able to see our lightning experience screen, and this is your profile. So see here, there is an option switch to classic. Why by default the lightning? Because lightning is the latest version of classic user experience. So this is basically GUI, graphical user interface, and also lightning has got user-friendly components which are placed. So I would initially go to classic. Yeah, this is how your classic uh, user interface looks like. So classic interface, this is called, and you can see here an option lightning, switch to lightning experience. This is your profile. You can make some settings here, and we can switch here. And this is the setup, and this is the contents which we have. So the other day we were discussing about different objects, right? So these accounts, when we click, it's an it's so accounts is a tab and account is an object. Okay. So for the user interface purpose, we uh, we have named it as tabs and objects. The tab name is followed by a S, so it's written as plural, whereas our object is a singular. So accounts is a tab and account is an object. Okay. So from the home screen, so this is the sidebar where we can create a new account, like a new contact, a new opportunity, or a lead. And this recent item shows what all the applications we have accessed recently. And this is the recycle bin. So whenever we delete some records, they go and sit in the recycle bin for 15 days, after which it is completely, I mean, fully deleted from the system. So 15 days buffer time we have. And this is all about the sidebar. And so here we can see a limited accounts, contacts, opportunities, leads, right? So uh, all tabs, if we click on all tabs, these are all available tabs within our Salesforce Classic experience, and all of them have their own object reference within Salesforce. Okay, so what we do is we can add the things out here by clicking customize my tabs. So I just want an app launcher. So cases we were talking about. So whatever the objects or the tabs which we want, we can select them, add them to our interface here, and click save. So see, I just added app launcher, cases and solutions, and it appeared here. So this is all about the like classic. So, and also the tabs and sidebar management. So, okay. So this is the classic experience. So the basic difference between classic and the lightning is like lightning experience is mobile friendly. So initially, so we had this classic user interface in from like we were using it for from year 2000 to 2015. And the drawback of classic experiences, we it's not mobile friendly, so we cannot access the classic applications on the mobile way. And in 2015, Salesforce has introduced lightning experience, LEX, we call it lightning experience. So this the major uh, you know good thing about the lightning experiences, it's mobile friendly. And one of the small drawback of lightning experience is there were a couple of features in classic which were still not implemented in the lightning experience. Okay. And okay, so let me show you how the lightning experience also looks like. So this is how classic it is. We have so many different objects. We have an object called documents. We have an object called chatter. We have an object called products, price books. So all these different kind of objects which we have. So if we click on accounts, so This is a drop down list which shows all the drop downs which we can select. So I'm selecting all accounts. This shows all the accounts which are available by default. I'm sure with your new account also you will be able to see all these accounts. These are the default accounts given on creation of the Salesforce account. Okay, so okay, and we can create a view as well. Okay, so recently viewed accounts. So what all accounts we have viewed recently? I didn't view anything. Platinum, gold, customer SLAs. So platinum and gold is the SLA level for that. So this view, we can create a view as well. Okay. So I just want to create a view and revenue, revenue view. Okay. Annual revenue view. So a unique name is automatically given. All the accounts where the annual revenue is, I'm going for greater than or equal to, let's say, 1 crore. Okay. And we can even select what all the fields to be displayed. So as we are focusing on annual revenue, I want the annual revenue field also to be displayed. Okay. And restrict visibility. You can select visible only to me or visible to all users, visible to certain group of users. So group of users, we can create groups. I would deal with this topic later. So all users, it shows to everybody who logs into our Salesforce org. Currently, I'm using only visible to me and I'm saving.
Hey sir,
Yeah.
annual revenue is not showing on my org.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to select annual revenue in all these options, but I am unable to find it.
No, do you are you able to see the annual revenue in your default all the accounts? See, when you click on all accounts, you will have all the accounts displayed. See, these fields also we can um, edit, edit these columns also. Okay, we can edit. So if you, so the now annual revenue is not displayed, right? So in the view which I created, annual revenue view, I added the annual revenue column as well, right? So you can see all the annual revenue, all the customers accounts whose annual revenue is above 1 crore is displayed. Okay. So by default, so only some columns will be displayed. You can change them by using the edit button. You can change, you can add whatever columns you want to view on top. We have a number of columns in each object, but whatever the top columns which we want to view, we can add them here. So we can see that. Okay. So try this one, create a view, and in that you selected a criteria where annual revenue is greater than or equal to 1 crore, 1 CR. So, and then save, that's it. Our view will be created and we can select that particular view and see all these customers, the Burlington Textiles, Dickinson. So all these edge communications, all these customers accounts are having the annual revenue greater than 1 CR. So this is how we create a view here. Okay. So we were in accounts, we can go to contacts. We can do the same thing here. We can add a record to the account. Okay. I would show you how to add an account record. Okay. So these are the accounts I have. I'm going with Edge Communication as my customer, the org which I'm selecting. So for him, I can create a new account record. Okay. So these are the settings which I have with this particular account. So see accounts and accounts, he has LinkedIn linked contacts with him and the opportunities. Um, okay. So when I go to accounts, see, I can create a new account here. Okay. See, this is one more sidebar in Classic. We can view fields, we can view object, view record types, edit application, edit columns. See, you were asking about how that particular column, so the revenue is not getting displayed, right? So we can do that. So I would just edit my column. See here, you can select the annual revenue, click it, and you can move it up or down, whatever way you want, and then save. See, the annual revenue is displayed. This is for all accounts. So our view which we created, annual revenue view, this one is showing only accounts which are having more than 1 year as annual revenue. Okay. So I just want to create a new account. I can create it. I can give all the details. So the basic details is the account name, and see whatever marked as this way, the red color, those are required fields. You need to provide complete compulsory those details. Okay. So required field. So this also will come across how we can mark a field as required. We would be going through that as well, how to mark the field as required when a customer is entering some information to his account, or when a field service executive is entering information. So how we can mark, unless some we can mark the fields as required, so that unless those fields are available, we cannot create account. So we can push our yeah, required information to the customer field executive who is working on creating an account. So we can do that. Okay. So this is about accounts. And the same way we have contacts, we can again create contacts. So there is a view created birthday this month. So there are nobody. So we can recently viewed contacts. We didn't view anything. So we can again create a new view of contact whose primary phone number and the home phone number are same. So we can give that criteria like, so we can create a view for that. Same with the opportunities, leads. This is an app launcher where we are given all our available applications. So sales application, service, marketing. We can create our own application and that will get displayed here. Okay, we can create our own application that will come across in the coming classes. Okay, so app launcher, we will see all the applications available within our Salesforce org, and cases, solutions. Yeah. So these are customer tickets which are created. Let me show a few of them. See, these are the cases, how it looks like. A case number, contact, and then, so let me go to this case. Seeking guidance on electrical wiring installation. So this particular customer was asking us uh, for how do they need to do the installation of electrical wiring. So it's a sample case, so that's the reason it's given this way. So for us, it's like in Salesforce, it depends on the customer to customer. So within Salesforce, some customer comes and says, I was not able to access the account object and so on and so field. It's because of the security uh, permissions that are given, the permission sets applied to that particular user. So we would be checking based on the query or the case which they are raising. Based on that, based on the description, based on the criteria they selected, we would be finding a solution for them, and we would be recording that in the solutions object so that we can able to close this particular case. So once we provide a solution, we can mark the case as closed. See, all open cases. So these are the closed cases. So status is high and it's closed. So based on the priority, so we work on that particular cases. Okay. Usually, so what usually every project or every customer does is they integrate this particular ITSM with ServiceNow or something. They integrate their Salesforce with ServiceNow because they wanted to use multiple tools and they wanted to manage it a different way. So that's the reason they. So if it is, if the requirement is just to maintain the data and work on, we rarely get few cases on a daily basis. So in that case, they use the default features provided by Salesforce. But if it is, if the customer's application is um, based on a service cloud, okay, service application, it's a service application. So in that case, they would be doing this ITSM, IT service management part, uh, using any other tools like ServiceNow or IT Service Desk, so many tools, right? So they would integrate Jira. So they would integrate the Salesforce with these applications, and they would be working. So that the customer data is available on the Salesforce. Whenever a case is raised, it is automatically integrated, and then we have an incident created in the service now. So it all is that is integrated. Okay. So Salesforce is integrated with those tools based on the customer's requirement. So this is about Salesforce classic interface. Let us switch to Lightning experience. One second. I missed to say something. See, this is the Salesforce logo. It is displayed here, and here the what is this? Hyphen 23, the year 23, right? And a logo, any kind of logo is displayed here based on how Salesforce decides it. It may be a teddy bear or it may be a wolf. So we have that releases, right? So based on that release, for each release, they will change this particular logo with a year. Year will remain the same for 3 times during this year. And this logo will be displayed. So it shows like which release is currently running. Okay. Okay. So coming to classic experience, sorry, Lightning experience. So this is our profile icon. Here we have settings, logout, and then switch to classic. Okay. And see, this is a notification symbol. If you have some notifications, it will be shown here. It will be displayed like 1 or 2 numbers in red color. And this is the setup. This is the place which you have to remember, where we always go there and do some or the other work within our Salesforce. Okay. And this is Salesforce help. This is Trailblazer Guidance Center, and this is creating a new event, task, or contact. Okay, so this we rarely use it. Mostly we use the setup symbol. So where we go and do our activities. So similar to classic, Lightning experience also has this user interface which has home. Currently, I'm on sales application and home, and opportunities, leads, tasks, files, everything. So we can again personalize our navigation bar. So I want to add, so I clicked on add more items. So alert settings I have added, right? So it is created here. So this one to the navigation. So groups, I would explain you later. We can create a new group here. Reports is one object, dashboards is one object, campaigns, contacts, accounts, opportunities, files, tasks, leads. So all these are objects in Salesforce. These are all the what we would say standard objects within Salesforce. We can create our own custom objects. And apart from this, see this symbol is called the app launcher. So you can click on it. You will find all the applications here. So these are the applications which are available. And once we create our application also will get displayed here. So I'm going and searching something very interesting. Okay, fine. Since this newly created account, I think it's not showing the app exchange. I would show you in the later classes. So what this app exchange is all about is, so it contains all the applications which are developed by various other developers, which would be very useful for us within the Salesforce org. So in simple layman terms, when I can explain, I can say that so we have our Play Store, right, for Android mobiles and App Store for i iPhone, right? So it's app exchange is also the same. So we can install an app and we can use it. So these are there are n number of applications which are being developed by multiple developers across the world. So currently we have like 3,900 plus applications in the app exchange. So I would be showing that again, app exchange, how it looks like. So, so it's similar to our Play Store, App Store. So where we can go ahead and install that particular application and use it. And few of them would be free, few of them would be paid. So based on the current your company's requirement, you would be going for free, or if your requirement says you don't have to, you don't want to develop that particular application. Instead, you want to go and buy it for your Salesforce org, you can do that. So it depends on again multiple things, right? The budget, the revenue, the budget allocated to this project. So based on that, we would be deciding whether we will have to develop it our own, or we would choose whatever best fits our requirement. So that way, there would be various applications which are available on the App Exchange, and we would be uh, using them. Okay, so we were talking how to log in to the Salesforce. So we were talking how to log into Salesforce and the two type of user interfaces which we have, classic and lightning experience. And then we just gone through few of the tabs which are available within both the user interfaces, and we just did sidebar management. So sidebar is nothing but we saw something like recently viewed items, recycle bin, all those, right? So that's just the sidebar. So something more about the tabs. Tabs are nothing but they are uh, provides a collection of graphical user interface which represents an object. So tab, and we have object name and a tab name. So object name and the associated tab name. So object we have account and the tab name is accounts. So it's just a graphical representation of our object, which is shown as tab. Okay. Similarly, all other objects, accounts, contact, contacts, opportunity, we have opportunities, case, we have cases, solution, we have solutions. So while we are selecting any application from our app launcher, so the related tabs to that particular application will be shown on it. On like let me show you. Okay. Okay. So here the sales application is selected. So if I go and select service application, see for service application, service related tabs are showing. Cases, and we'll have solutions, all those accounts, cases, contacts, all this. So based on the app launcher, whatever the application we select, based on that, the required objects are shown. So for marketing, it would be like campaigns, leads. These are the main things for marketing people. So related objects, the tabs are shown based on the application which we select. So we can even customize these tabs also by changing them, adding them, to be visible on our tab. So how we can do, I have already shown customize my tab, which is available. So in Sales Console, I don't have, so Service Console, I have this dash, these tabs displayed. And yeah, So this is all about classic and lightning experience, and I am open to any questions while I start next topic. Please ask some questions. So you mean you are understanding everything?
Yes.
Good.
We are
Good
good
to
for
know.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions, please feel free to ask anytime. And yeah. Okay. So let's move creating our new uh, so records within Salesforce. How do we create? So let's so are you able to see my screen now? I'm
Yes.
on Salesforce login, not the notepad, Salesforce login.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So I just went to accounts tab, and in that I just went like this is the recently viewed account. You can see all accounts also here. Okay. So I'm going to Edge communication account, and there I wanted to create a new contact, new case or new note. So why this for this account, why I need to create a contact? Yeah, that will come across a topic called relationships. Yeah. So we have something called relationships within Salesforce, where each object is related to some other object. Uh, so we have like different types of relationships. I would explain it in the next class. So for this account, I can create a contact. I can create a case. Okay. See, we already have some contacts. We can create more contacts as well. And we already have some opportunities for the account. So we can create. And we can create even a new account as well. So I click a new account. Let's say we are creating our first application, first account. So I want it to be individual, and the account number, you can give any number, and say rating, you will have to select anything you wish, hot, warm, cold, by the name you can understand. So I mean, if the customer is like an aggressive customer who is interested in our business, we need to select as hot. Okay. So we give all these details, type of industry, annual revenue, employees, billing address, shipping address. So these are all the fields in my account object. So fields in the sense, those are columns. Okay. And a record means a single account which is created, which has all these details. So I can give all these details and select, click on the save. So once I do that, my account will be created and it will be displayed in this all accounts. Okay, you can try playing it around yourself on this particular creation of a new account within Salesforce. Okay, so coming to other topic record management. So record management, record is nothing but, see, we will have table, right? Table consists of rows and columns. So your row is called a record and column is the field. Okay, and we will have the drop down pick, lookup controls and pick list fields. So all this. So a row. So for how does a table look like? Again, I would show you the same. So how every object looks like, it's the same. So this is a row and these are the columns, right? So columns are nothing but our fields within the database table. So the database which we use for Salesforce is database.com. Okay. So every object in Salesforce, it's represented as a table in database.com. So for table, we have rows and columns. Columns are nothing but fields in Salesforce, and rows are nothing but records. So for managing the record, we have multiple things which we do managing the record. So record, we can create a new record, we can edit a record. So yeah, so we can do multiple things within a record. We can add, uh, say, pick list control to the record. So how I'm going to show that? So by using this uh, feature, so we can manage the records inside the Salesforce object. So record management, we manage the records. We can create, update, delete, uh, and remove unnecessary records from the object. So we can do that, yeah, by using the record manager. So from the configuration itself, we were doing everything. So as part of Salesforce, currently we are in the configuration. We call it as administration as well. We will have the development classes as well. We will be writing a program. Even we will be writing a class or a program, a trigger to add the records, to delete the records. We can do that. So this is the configuration side or Salesforce administration, and we will be doing the Salesforce development as well. So there also we can do these things programmatically. So while creating a new record, we have to supply so many values. Okay. So when we create a new record, so as I showed, I showed you one record, right? So there were new, when I create a new contact record for this particular account, so there were multiple fields. So all these fields, now you can see the star mark, right? So star mark means these are the required fields. We will have to provide them, I mean, for sure. So we cannot skip while creating a contact record. So contact mainly they are focusing like they need the last name compulsory. That's the reason they made it as required. So we can modify the record values by using the edit button. So we have seen the edit button, right, for all the records. So we can edit or delete this particular opportunity record, which is present in the account record of express logistics and transport. So there were multiple options. We can create a new opportunity for this account. We can create a new case for this account. So we can do this. So I would suggest you to go ahead and start playing in the free developer account. You start creating your account records, creating contact records, creating opportunity records, and you will come to know how we are supplying the details, how we are, we need to give the required fields uh, as mandatory fields, and how we can remove the records, how we can create the pick list, how we can, so all this you can, you can experience that. So probably that time you will have a number of doubts for me. So there is one other important point which I already told you. Any record which is deleted, it goes and sits in recycle bin. So it's there for 15 days. So after 15 days, once the record is older than 15 days, so then the Salesforce will be removing them from this recycle bin also. So this will be completely unavailable. Something like we do shift delete, right? So it's like that. So after 15 days, your record is no more available within the Salesforce org. So that they do it without giving any prior information. Salesforce does it automatically. So be careful while deleting any records. Of course, you have a grace period of 15 days. Yeah. So this is about record management. We have So enhanced list view control. So this is the list view control which we have. We can create a new view of it, as I showed you already in the classic. See, new last week. So these are the accounts which were created newly in the last week. Okay. So we can create this particular enhanced list view also. We can create a new one, as I showed you in the classic. So we can see the recent records which were uh, recently viewed accounts. We can see that. So we were looking into Edge, Communications, and Express, right? So those were displayed here. So we can play it around around the recent record, as well as the enhanced list view control. Okay. Uh, so I would go ahead and give you a small assignment again to Notepad. Okay. So this, I hope you all have created your Salesforce free developer account. If not, have a look at the previous class and then create the account. And this is a use case. I want to give it to you as an assignment. See, once you follow whatever I tell in the class, and you do your homework of completing this assignment, you then only you will get to know the things within Salesforce. Okay, so just give your time working on this. Yeah. Uh, Configure list view. So we did it, right? List view option or filter to represent only those accounts only those accounts whose rating is hot. Okay, so it's a simple task. Okay, you just have to go to the enhanced list view control and then click on create new view. Let me show you. So I would ask you to create initially on the classic first. Okay. Then go ahead and try in the lighting experience. So it's simple, right? Go to accounts and then create a new view. Okay. So it's a very simple task. So click on the required objects tab and then click on, then you will be seeing the view, and you can click on create new view and give the criteria whatever we have asked for in the task. So the customer rating equals to hot. Okay. So that's the criteria we have given, and then save. That's it. So we can have multiple criteria as well. So customer rating as hot and customer industry as electrical, or customer industry as banking. So we can have multiple criteria also. The only thing is we will have to use the logical operators and or. Okay. So based on that, you can create this particular list view, and then we will do it on lightning experience as well. So I would explain you the lightning experience list view control in the tomorrow's class. So I would ask you to create this particular list view option. You can name it based on your convenience. You can name it whatever you want. Hot rating customers or hot customers. So whatever way you want, you can name it, and then you can create. So I would randomly ask you to show your whatever the list view which you have created from any one of you. Don't mind me in being so mean, but I wanted to make sure you all complete your assignment given. So just complete this assignment today and come back tomorrow. So let us have a review. So we hoping all of you have created your Salesforce free developer account, and then we just need to log into our account. Uh, yeah. So, and that is where we are going to play with our tasks or assignments which I give, or the use cases which I give to you, and then we can work on it. So there were two kinds of user interfaces, classic and lightning experience. So classic was the older one, which was in 2000. So, and in 2015, Salesforce introduced lightning experience. The only drawback of classic was it was not mobile friendly. Lightning was mobile friendly. So the reason here is, so within Salesforce, we have different domains. So there is domain called marketing, and we have marketing executives who would be creating records within Salesforce. So these people will be on the field. Okay, they would be moving here, and I mean they would be roaming on the field, and they would meet the customers, and then they would create records within Salesforce. So it's hard for them to carry the laptop, right? So they could do this, create a record using the lightning experience on their mobile device itself. So yeah, so that's the reason, lightning experience was more convenient way for the Salesforce customers. So that's the one of the reason. There were a couple of features in classic which were not yet implemented in lightning. Probably those are like very less used features, I would say. So for example, I would say in classic we have an object called documents. Okay. So the same object, we don't have it in lightning experience, but an alternative is present called files object in lightning experience. So there were a couple of features which we have alternatives in lightning experience, but there were also a few features which were not yet implemented, for which we will have to go to classic and use them. Okay. And we talked about the tabs. So tabs is the graphical representation of our objects, and tabs name ends with s plural when you say object account, and the tab is accounts. And the sidebar management, we did it. So left side, we can see the recently viewed items in classic as well as the recycle bin and all those. Yeah, we can minimize that as well. Okay, so this is basic options which we have. And then we talked about record management, how we are going to create records, how we are going to add a record, how we are going to delete record. Yeah, all those DML operations. DML, when I say data manipulation language, yeah, probably if you guys are aware about SQL, you would have heard DML. Yeah. So the operations which we perform on our records in Salesforce, so those operations we can do uh, with the help of record management. Rows are the records, columns are the fields. Okay. And I have given a use case, an assignment task to you. Configure a list view option filter to represent those accounts whose rating. The criteria is rating equal to hot. That's the criteria. So you need to create and you can name it as your wish. And I would ask you randomly to share your screen and show me the assignment. Please don't mind. But yes, I wanted to make sure you learn things. And that's the only intention behind. Okay, that is all for today's class. Uh, please complete your use case assignment and come back to tomorrow's class. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Good day.